Okay, we open up with an 88 rate segment. I mean, that's a strong start from these two. AJ Styles and Kurt Angle open the show reacting to the finish of the pay-per-view Hardcore Justice, where AJ and Angle in a Iron Man match. Was it an Iron Man? It was an Iron Man match. Ended in a draw. Both men are out. Well, Styles out first. Demands Kurt Angle comes to the ring. They do. There's a bit of respect between the two now, which wasn't there before, but a bit of respect between the two. And both men agree to one final battle for the TNA World Championship at Sacrifice, our next pay-per-view. In the main event, potentially, in a submission match. That's right, we're doing it. Angle, Styles, world title submission match. These guys have had a good feud. Let's finish it off the right way. Okay, first match of the night then for 44. That's a bit of a come down, isn't it? Pac and Kevin Steen don't click and had an awkward bout. Brilliant. Pac 41, Steen 35. Pac defeats Kevin Steen following interference from the Partnership of Pain, who come out to even the odds against Dishonored. Pac, well, he's asked for some help. He's got some help from the Partnership of Pain, who do not like bullies, and Dishonored are very much, well, bullies. As the brawl breaks down and as the heels are leaving, you can see Candice LeRae looking back at Pac and smiling, almost as if she's pleased that Pac has won and he's celebrating a victory. Confusing for Pac. Very confusing. Okay. Right, backstage segment between Sting and Lethal Consequences. That's right, Sting and Lethal Consequences. Sting meets up with the both of them and says how he's pleased to be teaming up with them tonight. And Jay Lethal says it is time that some lethal consequences were handed out. So the three men are teaming together tonight in six-man action. Okay, Kurt Angle is backstage with Hulk Hogan. He's found Hulk Hogan and he has said that Bobby Lashley deserves to be reprimanded for what he did last night at the end of the pay-per-view. And Hogan says, you know what? Any reprimands, you can do it. Because tonight in the main event, it's Bobby Lashley, it's Kurt Angle, it's no disqualification. And that's a big main event tonight, right here at the Macron Coliseum in GA. Don't know where that is, I'll be honest, I have no idea. Right, low-key cut a backstage promo for 35. You can see a big difference between the main event and the lower mid to mid-card areas, can't you, indeed? Yeah, cuts a backstage promo saying he's in a hurting mood and whoever's next will be a victim. Who's next? Well, El Generico is the next victim. Low-key defeats him inside 4 minutes, a short match, and that's all it needed. Low-key 62, good performance from him. 44 for El Generico, 49 all together. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. Low-key looks good, and after the match, the heel team destroy El Generico, getting their heat back a little bit after earlier in the night. A lot of people will be saying, well, where's Pac, where's the POP? Well, you know, we can say they've left the building or something. I don't know, it's fine. I just wanted Dishonored to have their heat back, so we're good. Right, backstage angle with the American Wolves. Eddie Edwards has got a television championship opportunity, and he's got it tonight, and the two men are talking about what it would mean for Edwards to win the championship. Edwards tells Richards he needs to do this on his own tonight, and Richards needs to stay in the back. Sharkboy cuts a promo on Austin Aries for 64. Good promo. Sharkboy says he's dealt with the repercussions of the end of the Cool Sharks. He's dealt with your new heroes. He will now deal with Austin Aries, and he will win the X Division Championship. A warning here from Sharkboy that he's coming for the title. He defeats Rhino as well, by the way. 52, not as great here. Rhino 53. Sharkboy off his game with only a 58, but a short win, short match, and a big win for Sharkboy with a stunner. 52. Right, Beer Money cut a promo on the Kingslayers for 65. They say the Kingslayers got so very lucky last night at the pay-per-view, but it won't happen again. And it won't happen next week because they've spoken to Eric Bischoff, and Beer Money get their rematch next week right here on Impact. It's going to be Beer Money versus the Kingslayers for the Tag Team Championships. Championships. You get the point. Right. Eddie Edwards is backstage hyping himself up for the TV title match, which is next, when he's attacked by Dishonored. Low-Key, Steen and Strong are running wild here, and Eddie Edwards is the next victim, and it's not good for him. Davey Richards, of course, isn't with Edwards in the gorilla position, I guess is what they call it, because he's been asked to stay at the back. And Edwards pays for it. Low-Key, Steen and Strong hit and run attack. They are, well, they're evil. They are evil. We got a break. We come back from break to find Edwards being loaded into an ambulance with Richards turning up on the scene, trying to help his tag team partner. And Edwards says, no. You need to go out there. You need to win that television title. And you need to do it for the American Wolves. Richards will be fighting for his partner for the tag that has just defined him so far in TNA, but will he win the TV title? It's Davey Richards, it's Johnny Impact, and it's for the television championship. Your winner, Davey Richards, by count out. Okay. Right. Only got about 10 minutes. Johnny Impact put in a 91. Legend. 76 altogether. Good match. Let me talk you through the finish. An inspired Richards here. He's thrown everything at Johnny Impact, who just can't quite handle it. And it spills to the outside. Richard gets in just about at 8 or 9. And Johnny Impact could have got in at 9 too. But he realised. You see a moment of hesitation, because Impact realises this is such an inspired Richards that he may not be able to get the job done, and Johnny Impact takes the count out and keeps hold of his television title tonight. Good match, 76. Yeah, good stuff. Right, Austin Aries is cutting a promo on Shark Boy. He's clapping back, as they say, and Aries says, "Do you remember, Shark Boy, what happened the last time I dealt with someone in a mask?" Of course, hinting at suicide. Before the promo can continue, though, he's interrupted by Chris Sabin, who makes a challenge himself for the X Division title, and Aries laughs and walks away, almost disrespecting Chris Sabin. Well, yeah. We'll see on that one. Hulk Hogan is backstage with Bobby Lashley for a 67, and he tells Bobby Lashley to do what's right for the establishment tonight, maybe hinting at the fact that Kurt Angle is in the main event for the title at the next pay-per-view again. Already. They've agreed it themselves. So maybe if Kurt Angle is taken out, there's a spot for someone, is what Hulk Hogan may be thinking. Right, next week then, we've already announced the tag title match, but how's about the Partnership of Pain versus Dishonored? That's Kevin Steen and Roderick Strong for the heel team. But we'll also have the X Division title on the line. It's Aries versus Sabin versus, sorry, what was that? Versus Mr. Anderson. Anderson? What's he doing there? Here's what the announcers will say. Yeah, Mr. Anderson versus Chris Sabin versus Austin Aries. Triple threat for the X Division title next week right here on Impact. That's 2 title matches. Let's make it 3. For the TV title, Johnny Impact's had a hell of a fight tonight. He's got a hell of a fight next week too. It's Impact versus Samoa Joe for the television title. That should be tasty. Right, 6-man tag action here. Sting and Lethal Consequences defeat your new heroes for a 61. Let me talk to you about the match here, because there's a lot of storyline things happening here. So the idea is, as we head towards the finish, Lethal Consequences, who have talked a big game lately, but have not quite got the job done, as we saw last night at the pay-per-view. They are determined to get the job done tonight. So much so that Jay Lethal tags himself in, as Sting looked like the match was done. Lethal tags himself in. He hits his finisher on Desmond Wolfe. 1, 2, And Desmond Wolfe kicks out. And Lethal has that moment of... What? A moment of doubt in his head for Jay Lethal. As does Consequences Creed on the tag apron. Lethal is stunned, has no idea what's happening. Looks like he's lost the plot a little bit. When he's slapped on the back by Sting, who tags himself back in and hits the Stinger Splash on Desmond Wolfe. 1, 2, 3. Sting gets the job done. Lethal Consequences did not. And in Jay Lethal's mind, Sting has just stolen from them a vital victory, which explained why post-match Lethal Consequences beat the hell out of Sting and turn heel. We're doing it. Jay Lethal heel turn, which has done well. That's fine. And Consequences Creed heel turn. We're doing it. I'm not sure it's going to go quite as well for... I mean, it has, so we'll go with it. Lethal Consequences turn heel tonight on Sting. They beat the hell out of him for disrespecting him. And this is a big moment for Lethal Consequences here. We've had them as the babyface team. They couldn't get the job done. And that will drive them to do things that no hero should do. Not at all. Okay, Johnny Impact is backstage with Ric Flair in the TV title when he's confronted by Davey Richards, who says, I get it. You couldn't beat me tonight. You wouldn't beat me tonight. You would never have beat me tonight. So I get why you got yourself counted out. But let me just say, you are a coward. And I will be television champion. A real emotional confrontation backstage. Davey Richards is not done with Johnny Impact. Not done by a long shot. Okay, Kurt Angle could have promo on Bobby Lashley for a 74. He says this nonsense with Bobby Lashley ends tonight. So Angle can focus on the World Championship. Will it end though? It's Angle versus Lashley in the main event for 67. Oh, and Kurt suffered an injury. Great. Kurt put in 78. Angle's Lashley 67 even. During the match, we also had a run-in, an attack kind of. The establishment came out to ringside during the match, and towards the end, Hulk Hogan offers Bobby Lashley a steel chair. Lashley, though, says no, turns his back on Hulk Hogan to get back into the ring. So Hogan just turns the chair to the Pope, gives him a nod, and the establishment have turned on Bobby Lashley. The Pope with a steel chair to the back for Bobby Lashley. The referee was down, and it allows Kurt Angle to lock in the ankle lock. Bobby Lashley is not tapping out because Hulk Hogan will do the ring the bell to save Bobby Lashley here, I guess. But yeah, Angle beats Lashley, and Lashley is going to get beaten down too. I mean, a fractured cheekbone is a problem for Kurt there. A problem. Post-match, the establishment destroy Bobby Lashley for a 78. Good segment here. And this is the moment we're going to do it. Three big turns in one night. It's Bobby Lashley, babyface. We went too long with it. I thought we did. That affected the surprise of the turn and compromised it. But the turn went pretty well still, so it's not too bad. I don't mind it. It wasn't meant to be a shocking heel turn. We built it up for so long. So, yeah, Bobby Lashley's face, Lethal Consequences a heel. We're on the road to a submission match for the world title between Angle and AJ at the next pay-per-view, which will be interesting. Right, the show then gets us a 64. A little bit disappointing, I'll be honest. Two matches. I mean, the main event let us down. So I'm not that surprised. 64, fine. Okay, Explosion kicks off with Chris Sabin getting a win over Eric Young for a 50 rated match. This is fine for Explosion and a win for Chris Sabin, who's got an X Division title shot on Monday. Why has he got an X Division title shot apart from challenging Austin Aries? Well, it's explained afterwards because Mr. Anderson beats the hell out of Chris Sabin. Anderson's in the match on the establishment's orders, And it's announced during there that we're going to have Mr. Anderson get on the mic and say that he made Bischoff put Sabin in the match because he is an easy target. That's right. Easy target. I went backstage with the general manager of the Knockouts division, Madison Rayne, announcing that next week we will have a #1 contender for the Knockouts title. Next week it's going to be Awesome Kong versus the previous champion, Tara. And the winner gets Angelina Love next week on... Sorry, not next week. At the next pay-per-view, Sacrifice. Okay. Lethal Consequences are asked about their attack of Sting. And Lethal says, listen, we're not going to answer your questions right now. We are top talent. And top talent are on the main shows. So, we'll explain on Impact. 55 for the segment. Alright, tag action here. Brian Kendrick and Paul London defeat the British Invasion for 49. Again, absolutely fine. Just a win to get the face team going a little bit again. Yeah, I got nothing else to add there. It's just good wrestling. Shark Boy cut a promo on Austin Aries to continue their feud for a 68. Yeah, it's just... He sort of says he won't be scared off by Austin Aries, which is good. No surprise. Oh, no, there's another one. I forgot about this one. Madison Rayne approaches Angelina Love. She's meant to be on screen. My bad. And introduces the next Knockouts champion, is what Madison Rayne says. Clearly in the corner of Awesome Kong. It's Kong versus Tara next week, as we said. And Madison Rayne has clearly got the person she wants to win next week to be the threat against Angelina Love. Of course, Madison Rayne has got it out for the champion. 49, that's fine. Johnny Impact got a promo on Davey Richards for 65. He says, you know what? I had him beat anyway. But I saved him the embarrassment of being beaten again by Johnny Impact. However, he will embarrass him if he needs to. 65, decent promo. How's about these for some matches for next week then? We've already got the number one contender Knockouts match. We're also going to have Lethal Consequences against El Generico and Richie Steamboat. We're also going to have Pac versus Rhino. And the world champion will be in the house. It's AJ Styles teaming with the tag team champions right now anyway. We'll see if they are on Monday. Tyler Black and Claudio Castagnoli against the World Elite next week on Explosion. Right, main event time is 6-man tag action. Pac, Joe and Shark Boy against Rhino, Homicide and Hernandez. Gets us a 59 with a win for the face team. Samoa Joe pinning Homicide with a muscle buster. He was head and shoulders above the rest with a 67. It says a lot about these guys right at the moment. The heels in particular. Yeah, face win. We end the show with the announcers questioning whether Samoa Joe will win the television championship on Monday. I guess we'll have to find out. That gives us a 54. That's not bad, really, considering there wasn't a lot of storyline stuff going on here, so that's not bad.